The following Four Aces production is for mature audiences only. Listener discretion is highly advised.
What the Rock is cooking.
You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
All right.
This is my first day of 5 days off. I got you.
Oh, I feel you, bro. I got the next 3 days off. All right. So what's up? We are live on air. And for the final episode of 2018 of the FU Wrestling Podcast, right here on the Four Aces Presents Radio Network. Tonight we are actually broadcasting live on YouTube as well. We finally attached the Four Aces Presents YouTube to it. So we're live on YouTube as well. But yeah, man.
Just so everybody knows what FU Wrestling Podcast stands for, it's called the fucking Unbelievable Wrestling Podcast.
The
Fucking
fucking
unbelievable Wrestling Podcast. Okay,
All right.
it's fucking unbelievable.
It's
Then
nice
we
of us
come
to
on
tell.
air.
I was gonna say it's nice of us to tell them this shit now, right?
Yeah.
You'll find out.
I just literally came up with that.
You'll find out why that's pertinent at the end of the show. We'll get back to you with it.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. If you started listening, might as well continue and finish listening. God damn it.
Oh,
God damn it. Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy New Year. Happy
Yeah.
Kwanzaa, Kevin. Kwanzaa, y'all. It's Kwanzaa time.
I respect those who celebrate Kwanzaa, but I do not. You will not hear me say Happy Kwanzaa because, unfortunately, as much as it's steeped in a lot of African traditions, Kwanzaa itself is not actually an African holiday. So therefore, it makes it different. It is an American adaptation of an African holiday.
No. We gotta be real. Bro. We gotta be real. It's not an African holiday. It's not an African American holiday. It's a black holiday, yo. It's a black holiday.
It's just basically a bunch of traditions put together. I'm sitting
It's
here
like-
talking with
it's like-
Saint. He's over here right now.
Look. Like president's birthdays. Those
Yeah.
is white holidays.
President's birthdays is white holidays, huh?
Other than Obama and Lincoln, don't no black people care about no presidents.
Amen to that, sir. Amen to that.
I had to retract that. They care that Trump's in there. They want Trump out. So, but other than that, they don't really care.
They don't really care, huh? Oh, man.
Like, who's your favorite president? Lincoln. Then Obama became president. Who's your favorite president? Obama. Like,
Yep.
and that's it. And all the millennials that they went through the Civil War yet at school, all the motherfuckers love Obama. Like,
Yep.
they don't even know Lincoln yet. They don't even know. Oh, you mean a white dude was on their side? Wow.
Well, that is pretty deep, though. Like, dude, any kid born after 2008 will not have ever known a world where there wasn't a black president.
Nah.
You know?
Nah. And yeah, it's kind of crazy because before Obama, I didn't know a world without a white president, man. I thought we was the shit. And then I was like, nah, Obama pretty fucking cool, bro. Obama
Yeah,
pretty
he
fucking
is.
cool.
Oh, man. Clinton gave us our first black image president. Barack Obama gave us our first black president. There you go. And I'm sorry though, but the man is still a class act above and beyond almost all other presidents. But we're getting political here. So let's get off of that. So Cole, in January we had the debut of one Miss Ronda Rousey. So why don't you give some of your thoughts on that real quick?
Okay, let's see. I didn't like it. No, let me retract that. I liked it. I liked that she was here. I didn't like the timing of it, and in the timing of her training, like she wasn't ready. And I'll say that all day long, and motherfuckers can argue. I don't give a fuck. She still ain't ready for the belt. Even though she's got it.
Right.
But the hype that she has with her name and everything that comes with that, they've got to throw her out there. You just can't set her back on the back burner. You gotta push her out there. You gotta put her face out there.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article where they were talking. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No, I was saying I was reading an article where they were talking about the fact that like Ronda Rousey's time is fleeting with WWE. It's not like she's a lifer. She's not a Charlotte Flair. She's not a Becky Lynch. She's not somebody who's going to be with the WWE for the next 25 years. She's going to do her time. She's going to have her moment in the sun for a few years, and then she's going to bounce out. I think we got her for at least another good couple of years, because I think that they got her for at least another good couple of years, because I think we're going to see the four horsewomen come to life on the main roster in the WWE. I think that's part of her run while she's with WWE.
Well, of course, she got all of her friends jobs and motherfuckers. They working in NXT now. One of them's a champ that's gonna be promoted to the main roster soon. The other two about to take over and become the NXT Tag Team Women's Champions.
Yep.
And then they gonna go to the main roster. And then you got Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch against motherfucking Maria Spear or whatever the fuck her last name is, motherfucking Jessamine Duke, the fucking Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler, and then Ronda freaking Rousey.
Yep.
And if they do it right, the WWE Four Horsewomen will win. Charlotte and all them will take it. Charlotte, Becky, and whatnot. Because, like you said, she is not one of those type of lifers. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if she was there for a bunch of years, a grip of years.
4 or 5 years or so, or 5 or 6.
Like the other girls. I don't see any of the girls staying there for 25 years. I don't see Becky Lynch there for 25. I don't see Charlotte there for 25. I see Charlotte coming back and forth like that, like Ric Flair did, but I don't see her consistently being there 25 years. You know what I'm saying? Any other girls, 10 tops. That's a career in wrestling in WWE. If you can stay in WWE for 10 years, you've made a good wrestling career.
Amen to that. Like, it's difficult to know.
So yeah, she's more of a 5 instead of a 10.
Right.
When it comes to the years that's going to be spent there. Plus, Ronda's got other shit going on. She's got movie deals going on. Who knows what she'll be doing, in 6 years, say she gets a contract to be, an exclusive tough enough trainer for the UFC. Whatever the job may be or the case may be. Might not even be in entertainment. Might not even be on TV. It just depends on her and her situation. But yeah, she's definitely not a super long-term investment because of all the, like, Mile 22 just came out. She was in that shit. She's going to be in another movie this year coming out. So, it's at that point of that The Rock move, the John Cena move now, like The Rock was sporadic for a while, and then John Cena was sporadic for a while. Now we don't see John Cena at all. We don't see The Rock at all, like that. Now John Cena comes back every once in a while. Guess what? The Rock comes back every once in a while.
Yeah.
So all that shit John Cena was talking, 4 or 5 years ago when they was getting ready to do their thing, he's doing the same fucking shit, which everybody knows that's what happens. You go Hollywood, you stay out of WWE because you making movies, and insurance is too fucking expensive for the studio for your ass to go and take some bumps.
Amen to that.
They would rather you take bumps of cocaine than take bumps on live TV. Okay.
Amen to
that. So yeah, in that respect, I don't see Ronda staying long. It's definitely an entertainment fueled thing that she's gonna be doing other shit.
Yeah.
Than just WWE. She didn't come into WWE just being a fighter, so I wouldn't expect her to just stay a fighter,
Right. Oh man, and that's the thing. That's the other thing with Ronda is that she kind of came in at the beginning of this year-long push that has been the women's revolution in WWE. And when I can say from January through December, the WWE has pushed and has represented their women's division like has not been seen in recent memory.
Well, you got to think, man. The hashtag Me Too jumped off, at the end of last year with motherfucking Time's Up starting this year at the beginning of this year. That's around January, February, it's a certain time. So you got a lot of these women hashtags and pro women, and we ain't gonna take it no more. Matter of fact, I didn't. I deleted it. I did have "We're not gonna take it" loaded up for my show tonight, but I took it off. But anyway, yeah, women ain't taking it no more. So WWE jumped on that shit. They jump on everything.
Right.
It's like when the NFL's tanking and their things are doing, what do they talk about? They talk about that XFL.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the XFL back. We're gonna put it together, baby. Because the NFL sucks right now.
Yep.
Fucking, anytime like a super movie comes out, Terminator come out, the last Terminator come out. What Triple H do at WrestleMania? He come out with some motherfucking Terminator heads. He does the Terminator shit. They always do whatever is really popular going on. They grab onto it and they hold on to it and they milk it for everything. So pushing women real hard right now, especially in sports entertainment, wow, bro, it ain't never been done in any other company. Even the women's companies still have their dominating woman, their alpha woman. That run, and then you got the little girls that get their shine a little bit. Notice I put shine in there. So when you see WWE do this shit and push it hard, it's because of the social media and everything else that's going on the outside world, and they're just trying to be a part of it and get as much as they can off of it.
Right. Well, we saw what?
It's good. It's shady as fuck. It's shady as fuck. But it's good.
It's kind of like well, you line it up. It's modus operandi. It's the MO of the WWE, like you just described. You showed the pattern, but we can even go further out and go when being hood was the thing. Back in the late 90s, when being hood, you had John Cena and the Thugonomics. You had Crime Time.
Well, that was like the 2000s. That was
early 2000s, all right. But you know what I'm saying. And then you also look at WWE. Oh, the reason why, despite the fact that he deserved it, don't get me wrong, he put in the work and he deserved it. But Jinder Mahal's random push out of nowhere, because they were expanding out into India, so they gave him his push earlier this year, so that they could appeal to that market.
Yep.
It's modus operandi for WWE to take advantage of what's going on. But the reason why I give them props when it comes to this women's division thing is that normally they have a short game plan, like 6 to 8 months, where they push it, but it seems like the women have been kind of getting center stage all year long. You start out in January with the women's Royal Rumble, then you move on to June and July with the women's Money in the Bank match. I believe one of the three main events of WrestleMania this year was a women's title match. You had several pay-per-views. I want to say there was not just including Evolution. There were one or two pay-per-views this year that were headlined by the women. I believe, or was that last year when the Hell in a Cell with Sasha Banks and Charlotte? Was that last year? Or was that this year?
I can't remember if that was this year or last year. I think it was this year. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. They've put them everywhere, and they've been main eventing fucking SmackDown Lives and Raws.
Yep.
Especially here lately. Like the other night, I was like, I got one more match. I looked at the fucking time. It was like 8:03. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yep.
This the last match. I thought I had one more because there was a woman match, it was like I thought I had a main event. This was my main event. It was a good match.
It was Natalya versus Rousey,
yeah, it was a good match. I enjoyed it, but I thought I had another match because of that. But now that's the thing. Now it's not like that. You can't think that way. You can't be like, this is just a women's match. This is not the piss match anymore.
Nope.
Even though some of them are, unfortunately,
it's
some of them. Hey, I got to go. To go.
Well, and to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, there are men on men matches that I get up and go take a piss on because I'm just like, okay, I just don't particularly care about this particular storyline. But the women, the women are definitely becoming more center stage. The TLC. the main event of TLC was the triple threat match with Asuka, Charlotte, and Becky, and I would say that's up for a match of the year candidate, easy.
Yeah,
You know, that was a damn good match.
Really good. It hit all the spots. It was back and forth, and you didn't know which was going on. Like I said, the only thing I didn't like about that whole match was that
The finish.
you know
yeah.
the finish. That Asuka didn't need Ronda's help. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like she could have done it on her. But other than that,
they could have
I
won a
understand
different-
what they're doing. I understand what they're doing because
Right.
Ronda got beef with both of them chicks, and
Yeah.
both of them chicks got beef with her. So it's gonna culminate.
Well, I was going
and
to say
be-
they could have
yeah,
booked it a little differently. They could have booked it a little differently and just said, and just instead of having Ronda come out and interfere in that way, have Asuka actually win the match. But then as soon as the match is over, Ronda Rousey charges down to the ring, looks Asuka eye to eye, basically setting up something a little bit way later down the road with Asuka. You know what I'm saying? But then proceeds to start beating down on Charlotte and Becky Lynch. You see what I'm saying? Then she comes out, she still gets her revenge, but Asuka still comes out looking strong because she doesn't need Ronda Rousey's help to get that victory.
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
But yeah, they've been taking over, bro. It is really good, and I like it. I enjoy it. And to get back to that point of the women's match being a P match, and then you was like, dudes, man, some of them dudes, I don't even give a fuck.
I don't.
Speaking of which, me and you both got up when it was John Cena versus Rusev for the United States title at WrestleMania.
Yes, we did.
Not like it was a house show or a Raw or a SmackDown, and then this motherfucker was the main event of them all at WrestleMania. We got up like, nah, fuck this US belt. Fuck this shit. I need to smoke a cigarette. You need to piss. Let's go, bro.
Fuck Cena. Fuck the US belt. Just fuck it all. I'm good. No, and really,
I think that's the show Lana lost the shoe.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'll be honest with you. It became okay to become a piss match the moment I realized, all right, look, Rusev then held the belt for what feels like 50 years at this point. So, yeah, I think Cena's going to be the one to take it from him. And, I pretty much convinced myself that Cena was going to win that match. And so it was just like, all right, I already know what's going to happen. And I don't want to watch Cena win this match. So let's fucking go take a piss. Fuck it. And I knew in-ring it was going to be okay, which, by the way, let's give Rusev a little bit of credit. He's gotten a lot better in ring over the past few years, over the past year. And not to say he wasn't good in ring before, but he's starting to show more of that super athlete shit that he was doing before, where he's moving around like basically Samoa Joe style.
Yeah, and plus he's since the Total Divas and all that, since he got on that shit with Lana and shit, he's came more personable. I would say, more likable, more loose as his character Rusev, because he's different on the show than he is, as Rusev, the wrestler.
Rusev,
but I think showing his own personality got people to say, "Oh, okay, this dude, he kind of cool." So, we're giving him a benefit, and people started liking him. And then Aiden English, everybody hated Aiden, and then when he beat up Aiden, everybody loved him. And then it was. They did good storylines with that, and it was very entertaining. So Rusev definitely needs props for that, because his mic and acting chops have gotten a lot better. His wrestling's always been good, like you said, but the other one,
he's starting to round out.
The charisma's coming up. It's starting. His attributes are getting better. As you do as you play the game.
Yep, and when I really started to notice it was during the whole mixed match challenge thing, when the mixed match challenge thing kind of spilled over to SmackDown, and Rusev started and I know you're gonna hate me for this, Cole, but I got to do it one more time before the year's over.
Don't do it.
Yes, I have to do it, man. I have to do it. Lana is the best. Lana number one. Lana is the best. Lana number one. When he did that, Lana number one. When he started doing that, man, I swear to you, that's when I started to like Rusev. Despite him being the character, he was still Aiden English, and Aiden English was so annoying.
He loosened up. He let go a little bit, and he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have some fun.
Yeah, exactly. And
So
it's,
you was able to have fun with him. So
thank you. Yes, yes. Very well described there, Cole. Very well described. But
I articulated that shit good, didn't I?
yes, you did. You spoke of them words, brother. You spoke of them words.
Keep listening. I'll learn you something good.
Or as one of my coworkers always says at Goodwill, you gonna learn today.
You gonna learn today.
All right, so now just kind of moving on, dude. One of the other big impact stories of this year was the return of the one, the only Daniel Bryan.
The
DB coming in. Oh, dude. Okay, hold on. Just on a side note, real quick. I'm sitting at Goodwill the other day, and you know how they have those wall decorations where it's just random letters so you can spell out like what you want to spell out and shit. We have a whole bunch of those used, and somebody walked up and was like asking the manager how much it cost, and I almost made the manager spit out his milk on an employee because I looked at him. He took a sip. He was looking at it. Dude was asking him how much. I was like, look at him. Look at him handing that manager that hard D. It was the letter D. I was like, he's just giving him all the D he can handle. He gonna tell him how much that D costs too. My manager was like, Kevin, will you shut the hell up? I was like, what? What, he's giving you the D? But anyway, but Daniel Bryan made his in-ring return. Now we have the new Daniel Bryan, the basically amplified vegan. You're all evil. You and your cars.
Yeah, it's not as AJ Styles put it. It's not the new Daniel Bryan. It's the real Daniel
Bryan. Yeah,
we finally getting the real Daniel Bryan, not that fake little punk ass bitch that we grown to love.
Yes. Oh man. And I do love the way he keeps fucking with the crowd. Like, you would figure by now the crowd should just boom when he comes out. They all hear the music and instantaneously, like robots, go into the yes chants, and then he comes out, nah. I was just like, yeah, all right. I still liked it. I'm glad.
Everybody, fecal matter?
Oh, fickle.
No,
Fickle. He said fecal. Fecal.
That's what I call fecal. Fecal matter. That's all you are. Wait, you do matter. Fecal.
Oh man, yeah, man. I tell you, it's been great to see him back in ring. It's been great to have him back as an actual wrestling personality and doing his thing. Because you know he's a great comeback story. A story that I know they said her career is done, but you know what, they told us Daniel Bryan's career was done, and here we are 3 years later. Hopefully, maybe we can see something like this happen with Paige. Who knows? But I doubt it. But who knows? We can always hope, right? 2019 will bring plenty of good things.
Well, speaking of Paige, in 2019, her movie drops, Fighting with Family.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to see that.
And yeah, from the previews, man, I can't wait. This shit's gonna be hilarious. They got what's his name from motherfucking what's his name, Edgar Wright.
Yeah, they just playing Paige's brother.
No. Nick Frost. Nick Frost is Paige's daddy.
Okay.
He did Shaun of the Dead.
Got you. Okay, yeah.
Simon Pegg. He's Simon Pegg's buddy.
Right,
you know,
right.
The fat guy.
About. Yeah.
Yeah. He. And my favorite thing is when they sitting there in the motherfucking at the dinner table and they're eating, and this chick goes, "Well, wrestling's fake, right?" And he stops eating. He got a mouthful of food, and he goes, "Say what?
Say what?
Say what? It's what? Say what? It's what?"
That is definitely one of the highlights I'm looking forward to in 2019 is seeing that movie.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be the second WWE movie that I probably enjoy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, WWE, I'm still looking for my hour and a half back for the original Marine.
And that's the reason why I only watch bootleg John Cena movies. I won't spend money on a John Cena movie since I bought that motherfucking DVD for $4.99 in the bargain bin. I will not spend another cent on a John Cena movie. By the way, John Cena, you was okay in Bumblebee, but you wasn't great. And that
Okay.
movie was good. It could have
Was
been
it?
great if it was somebody else, but it was.
Damn. So basically, Cole's take is if John Cena wasn't in Bumblebee, it would have been a
I
great
went to the
movie.
theater.
But
I
it got
went to the
down.
theater 3 times. Instead, I watched the bootleg 4.
But it got downgraded to bootleg status because John Cena's in it, and you refuse to pay for a John Cena movie. I know how you feel, brother. I have certain people that I refuse to pay for their movies myself.
Yep.
Let's see, but so another thing that did happen this year.
Who that in the background over there?
Saint. Talking about the Marine
Say, be quiet. We doing a show.
2.0. Another thing that did
I'll
happen.
be coming into his office during work hours.
Well, say he said Cole said he don't come into your office and talk during work hours. But anyway, non WWE related wrestling that kind of happened this year was we from the Raw Impact Unleashed. Oh wait, did I say that? Oops, my bad. I mean the FU Wrestling podcast did get to go to G1 in San Francisco and go to a live New Japan show. So that was definitely a highlight of the year. As well as being able to watch the first ever Cody Rhodes / Young Bucks / All Elite Pro Wrestling event, All In, which was a hell of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a good pay-per-view. Jericho showed up unexpectedly as Pentagon Jr. It was awesome, man. See, I remember everything. I remember it all.
Well, and one of the things that I found out, 2 little side notes, or one little side note about that I guess Cody, which would be expected, I guess had invited Goldust.
His brother?
Yeah, to make an appearance, not necessarily to wrestle, but to make an appearance.
For sure. Well, yeah, he had a lot of people, a lot of,
Well, of course, because he
backstage type.
Right. He was aware, of course, before the show that he was going to be booked to win the NWA Heavyweight title, or at least was told show day. But according to Goldust, according to an interview with Goldust, a recent interview, I forget what the podcast was that he was on, but it was like After the Bell or something like that. He said, he confirmed. He said, Cody texted him and called him, but he had to tell him no because he's still under contract with WWE. And WWE ain't about letting people go do shows elsewhere, which to me is stupid though. Because as long as Goldust isn't wrestling, as long as Goldust didn't get involved in the match, if they just had him there, what I'm saying? Just
as long as he wasn't painted up as Goldust, if he's going as himself,
right? As
you know
Dustin
what I'm saying?
Rhodes,
It'd have been cool. You might have to kick WWE a little appearance fee thing.
Yeah. Oh, come on. If Vince said
that,
supposedly, which we don't believe here at the FU Wrestling Podcast, that Vince genuinely meant it when he said if he wishes Cody would have called him because he would have, he would have been Peter put some money into it.
Yeah, right. Goldust would have been there if shit was legit like that.
Right, exactly. But then again, no, we don't know if Goldust. Well, actually, yes, because according to the interview, Goldust said he asked the WWE people if he could make an appearance, and WWE people said no. So obviously, yeah.
So Vince McMahon's full of shit. He wasn't gonna help Cody. Man, that's a competition. That's motherfucking friendship goes out the fucking room when hundreds of thousands of dollars are on the fucking line.
Yeah, very much so. So
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, based off of the success of that pay-per-view, we now have All Elite Pro Wrestling, or All Elite Wrestling, a new promotion that's going to be headed by Cody Rhodes, Matt, and I forget what the other guy's name is because I hardly ever say his name. On the Young Bucks, it's Matt and who?
Motherfucker, are you serious? Are you serious right now?
I don't remember his name. I'm blanking.
Matt, you and your brother need to show up and whoop Kevin's ass. I'm gonna let y'all know Kevin's name. Okay, it's not double K, it's not K double. Motherfuckers, Kevin Kendrick, he live in San
How many times a day do I say their name? Like once a year.
How much time do I have to give you to Wikipedia or Google that shit so you know that motherfucker's name is?
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
No, it's not Hippie-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's Hippie-ki-yay Melon Farmer.
Yeah, if we're on TBS, it's Melon Farmer.
Okay, it's Matt and Nick. And guys,
Matt,
if you trust
Nicholas,
me,
Matt,
I did not go. I'm literally 5 feet away from my computer making coffee right now.
No, I looked it up on
back
Google.
in the fridge. I just put my milk back in the fridge. I did not look this shit up. I just know that they are my Facebook friends, Matt and Nick.
There you go. All
Massey, motherfucker, Massey. Okay, you want their last name? You want their government name? It's Matthew and Nicholas Massey.
Well, you know what I'm gonna call them? I'm gonna call them promoters because they start their own promotion. That's what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them Sir because this is gonna be something. Oh, that was the other thing that I had read too. Speaking of the new promotion, is that the Anthem tried to sell Impact Wrestling to them. like just here, take the whole damn product. Like, I was like, what? Yeah, like, and they turned them down. Like they're like, nah, we're good. I mean,
of course they're good, man. What they gonna give them? Like what? $12 million for a ring? No, $12 million. We give you $12 million. You give us a ring and a shitty fan base. And don't pay for tickets because y'all spoiled them motherfuckers by just letting them come in for free on every fucking show you ever had, pay-per-views and all. So you gonna give us what now for $12 million? Man, I'm going to give me a $50 hooker and hope I get AIDS. That's a better deal than this.
$50
That's a better deal than this, God damn it.
Oh shit. No, real talk though. Like that one got me right there. Like
Well, I do have to hand it to the people at motherfucking Anthem that has took over Impact. They're doing a good cross promotion with Lucha Underground right now. It's a little confusing when they got a little bit different name there than they do at Lucha when I'm used to the Lucha, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the little cross promotion there, you know, it's really good. It reminds me of back in the day when they had the ROH, TNA kind of switch back and forth, you know, and the New Japan shit going on. So it's good. It's good that they're actually mixing talent now instead of saying, "Oh, you work for Lucha, I don't want nothing to do with you." You know what I'm saying? Now at least they're opened up to say, "Hey, come on, make some money over here."
Oh man. And that's what I hope they do, man. Like I honestly hope that this promotion is nothing but a success, and I'm hoping, like I mentioned on the show before, I'm hoping that in reality it ends up reminding me of the early days of TNA, when TNA was worth watching, you know, and they had a lot of up and coming guys. And
well, I gotta say, the last month or so that I heard about the crossover type thing going on, I've been watching, and I've been more entertained than I have been in a few years watching TNA.
Okay. Injected some.
So I gotta say, Impact is coming back into the fold a little bit.
Right on. All right, guys. So on that note, let's go ahead and take that quick pause. Take a quick about 5-minute commercial break. We come back. We got a lot to talk about. Braun Strowman's path of destruction this year. Elias and KO's ability to get heat. Seth Rollins' big year. Reuniting of all kinds of teams this year. And we got a big announcement coming at the end of the show. So keep listening in to the FU Wrestling Podcast.
Right here on Spreaker.com, Forces Presents Radio. Also iHeart and Spotify. And hey, if you on Mars, we on M-Tunes.
And YouTube.
Now, lastly, we take a look at one of the co-founders for Four Aces, the Saint, and his group, The Collective, as they bring us MVT West and NVT Deuce. First up, we'll have MVT West.
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody around the world, I welcome you to the season premiere and the Spreaker
premiere of Four Aces Presents Now versus Then West, where the West Coast has it in. My name is Christopher T. Williams, aka The Saint, and tonight on this premiere episode, we are going to be getting it in with the one and only first all-female hip-hop group to ever exist in the history of hip-hop, and I am talking about Cheryl the Pearl, Blondie, and Angie B, aka Angie Stone, and I am talking about The Sequence. Tonight we're going to get an in-depth interview with these ladies. They are going to tell you their story from the beginning. They're going to let you know what it's...
Now, you can normally catch NVT West on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. The next show you can catch pretty much at random on any given night between 9 and midnight on the 4 Aces Presents Network, and that's NVT Deuce.
What's good with it, planet Earth? What's good with it? And you are tuned into the vibe. Welcome to Four Aces Presents NVT Deuce. I'm your host of the evening. As always, I am the Saint, and tonight it's just another Saturday night conscious storm. It's a little breezy outside here in the great city of Sacramento, California, but we're going to do what we can to keep you warm if you're a little bit cold. And for those back east that are listening to us on the late night, we appreciate it and we welcome you to the vibe, as always. Tonight we're going to kind of mix it up a little bit with the music, but there are a couple of announcements that I'm going to be making.
All right, guys, so that'll do it. NVT Deuce, like I said, you can find them on random nights from Tuesdays to Saturdays to Thursdays. Just keep an eye out for NVT Deuce, NVT West, right here at the 4 Aces Presents Radio Network on Spreaker.com/user/4 Aces Presents. 12 different shows, one unique voice. I'm Double K. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Hey listener, Dutch here from Voice from the Underground, the podcast. My co-host and I want to invite you to check out our little corner of the podcast verse. At Voice from the Underground, we talk about all the crazy happening around us and try to make a little bit of sense out of the nonsense with little to no results. If the idea of hearing three semi-intelligent, outspoken nerds talk about politics, social issues, current events, sports, movies, pretty much anything that we decide to talk about because, well, it's our show, appeals to you, grab your shovel and come on down to the underground, and then consult a qualified psychotherapist. Find us wherever you get your podcasts, just not where you buy your weed.
Voice from the Underground.
Game ticket, $50. Hot dog, $8. Team store item, $25.
I told him I can beat him with one hand tied behind my back, with some glasses on, with one eye lens out, with some flip-flops on in the rain.
Having to listen to someone's dumb sports opinions? Worthless. Some people shouldn't talk sports. For everyone else, there's the Unspoken Podcast, available on most podcasting platforms, and on the web at the unspokensportspodcast.weebly.com.
Sorry about that. Y'all gave you a little hint of the outro there.
No, we ain't done yet, goddammit. We ain't done yet, motherfucker.
We can go on ahead and get into
Somebody about to get these hands.
Somebody about to get these feet. No.
Well, hey, technically, during his Baron Corbin TLC match, Baron Corbin only got 1 foot.
Pretty much.
As he stepped on him to get the pin. So he did only get them feet that night.
May I definitely say this about 2019 when it comes to Braun Strowman? At some point this year, he needs to win the Universal title, period. At some point this year. Like, they've kept him away from it for too long.
I think he need to beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar and send Brock Lesnar back to the UFC. That's what needs to happen. Like he need to be the dominant force to beat the shit out of Brock, and Brock can go on back to the UFC.
Yep.
And make his $5 million on a fight that he's gonna just lay on somebody the whole fucking 12 minutes. Motherfucker, jazz Brock ass Lesnar. I'll whoop your ass in real life, motherfucker.
I don't know about all that, but yeah, man.
I digress.
But anyway, yes, Braun Strowman definitely needs to go out and win a title. I'll say I hope it's the Universal title, but it doesn't even have to be the Universal title. If they somehow get him into an Intercontinental title feud or something like that, I'll take that. But there was a Braun.
He was the tag team champion.
I was just gonna say, like that brings me around to the one Braun
Strowman. What was the little boy's name?
Nicholas.
Biatch. Oh, you remember that Nick?
Yes,
that's the Nick you see for 2 episodes. A pay-per-view and a Raw. That's it.
No, I was watching the New Day year-end pancake party.
Three episodes. How many Young Bucks wrestling matches you done seen?
About 50. It's okay, though.
This motherfucker. I remember the 8-year-old. Fuck them old dudes wrestling. I remember the kids. Trick love the kids.
Man, I just heard this kid's name 20 minutes ago. I can remember 20 minutes ago, all right? Or an hour ago, shit.
But yeah. Throw back to Trick love the kids.
Trick love the kids, yeah. But no, yeah, I had forgotten that happened this year at WrestleMania. Like Braun Strowman beat the Bar by himself and was tag team champions with a kid named Nicholas.
Technically, it wasn't by himself because he did tag Nicholas in. Nicholas did come into the ring. Although Nicholas did not perform any moves, Nicholas did have in-ring time.
In-ring time, yeah.
Braun Strowman and Nicholas won, not just Braun.
Not just Braun, exactly. Which
technically.
Hey, rumor has it that you win a belt in WWE and they give you a belt to take home with you. You have the belt that you bring to the shows, and you get another belt to take home with you. So maybe Nicholas ended up with one half of a tag team title, like he ended up with an actual tag team title from WWE. Because on the record books, he won the tag team title with Braun Strowman.
He should have. They should have gave him. His daddy a ref. The motherfucker better put his foot down and be like, "Hey, I'm a screw job everybody till you get my boy a belt."
Oh man!
I said, ring the bell. All right, D. Dolph Ziggler won this one. Dolph won by disqualification. Yeah.
Just start giving up the finales before the match even starts. The ref goes, calls for the bell. Ding, ding. Ref just drops down to his knees. 1, 2, 3, and your winner. Like nobody gets pinned.
No. You know what it is? No, you know what it is? It's like, Vince, if you don't give me my boy a belt, Kurt Hawkins gonna get his first win.
Oh no! Oh no!
You know what Vince will say? You have 5 fucking belts. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Hawkins.
Hey, Hawkins went 0 for 56 this year. Oh.
Yeah, I liked how motherfuckers was like on commentary when we was watching. Be like, he's 0 for 211, gentlemen. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, 211 losses in a row. Like, nah, motherfucker, you don't even have that many shows that he's on. Like even house shows, he ain't on that many.
Oh man, no shit.
56, yeah, 56 makes it right. That's 1 loss a week plus a couple of extras. Yeah. That's it.
Oh man, all right. So also we had this year one of my candidates for moment of the year, and that's the moment in Seattle with the explosive heat.
Seattle.
The explosive heat that almost got Elias and KO killed. Talking about the Supersonics and a basketball team.
Supersonics, I'd move too.
Oh God, man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. Crazy.
Oh man, yeah,
like I said the last time, motherfucker, they turn the lights on your ass so they wouldn't fucking charge the ring and kill you. Okay, them lights was your savior,
so we could see somebody coming.
There was at least one motherfucker making his way down, and when the lights came on, this motherfucker was like, "Oh shit, it's live! I'm gonna back it up, back it up." He's like, Elias is like, turn these lights down. I don't want to see their faces. Yeah, you don't want to see the face of the guy that's about to stab you. You just want to get stabbed and forget about it ever happened. Okay.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that shit got so loud that Kevin Owens and Elias had to yell at each other. Like literally yell. They were setting the front of each other. Like they had to lean to each other's ear and yell. Like I barely heard it on the mics, and they was yelling. That shit was crazy. I have never heard any place erupt like that anywhere.
Yep.
For anybody. Stone Cold, The Rock, it don't matter. That shit was crazy.
Amen to that. Like, and that's the thing about it with when it comes to that particular subject in that particular town, whoever decided to go that route, whether it was KO, whether it was Elias, whether it was the writers, whoever made the decision to pull the trigger on that joke, yeah, like that's some canned heat right there.
I can't give it to Elias, or I can't give it to the writers at all. Because Elias is the one that said it. He was the one that had to come with the backlash. The writers ain't the ones about to get stabbed or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And y'all think I'm being a little, high strung or a little out there thinking this. Nah, there was at least one motherfucker in the crowd that loved the Supersonic so much he would stab somebody. And possibly Elias was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's exactly why they turned the lights up, just so nobody would come down and attack.
Right.
You know, now I say stab because shank is the best way to just shank and go. You know what I'm saying?
Go, yeah.
attack is what I should be saying because hopefully nobody got a knife in the motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
All right. You know.
Oh man. But yeah. Okay.
That's even, and I can go back to like the Daniel Bryan. Here lately, the new Daniel Bryan and all of him, the crowd don't get that crazy on him, and they loved him. So you would think they would hate him even more now for turning his back on them. But no, Stone Cold, when he shook Vince McMahon's hand and, turned, on the crowd back then, you would have thought, Stone Cold being as highly as loved as he was, now, it would be, even more, nah. The Supersonics line tops every fucking bad guy heel turn, swap out, fucking I married your daughter while she was passed out in Vegas. Nothing compares to the way that crowd acted, bro. And I don't think anybody could ever probably get it back. Even if he goes back and makes another Supersonics joke, it's not going to be as crazy.
It's not going to get as much genuine heat as that one did right there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But you know who else had a big year, man, this year? He didn't really win. I don't believe he won the WWE Championship or the Universal Championship at any point this year. But he was in the picture the entire year. And he has been Intercontinental champion for more this year than not. And that's Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
The Architect had himself a pretty smooth year this year and really, really, really established himself as a WWE superstar or megastar. So he continues to climb the ranks in the annals. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if he's a first ballot, but I'm pretty sure he's a Hall of Famer whenever his career is over with. But yeah, just wanted to kind of give a nod to Seth Rollins on the transition into talking about this just seemed to be the year of reunions.
Well, yeah, there was reunions and there was breakups.
Yeah. Well, you had the reunion of the Shield. You had the reunion.
The reunion of the Shield. The reunion of who?
DX.
Okay.
And the reunion of the Brothers of Destruction.
Yes. Well. Was there any more reunions? Anybody?
Not that I can think of.
No.
Edge and Christian's show came back, so I guess that's kind of a reunion.
Well, Sasha and Bayley got back together.
Yeah, after fighting for a couple of years.
Yep. Now let's talk about the breakups.
Yes. You had the Shield.
Let me go ahead and throw this out there. The Shield.
Yeah.
The Shield broke up. Matt Hardy
Strowman's team.
Braun Strowman's team. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt broke up.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella and John Cena broke up.
And evidently, reporters are not allowed to ask John Cena about their engagement during interviews.
Yeah, you can't talk about that fake shit that was on TV. I'm not talking about the news. Motherfucking who else broke up? There was somebody else that broke up. I felt like
Sami Zayn and KO had a pretty good feud when they broke up.
Yeah, but they got back together, and then Sammy got hurt, and then Kevin got hurt. So they broke up and came back together. They didn't break up or come back together, reunite, and then break up. They broke up and reunited.
Baron Corbin had a crew for like 3 weeks that just kind of dissipated.
Can we talk about possibly Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan? They came together and broke up.
Yeah. That was this year. Wow.
this year they won the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships this year. It's crazy. It's December, man.
You know, like
I remember watching the Royal Rumble like in January, bro.
You know, and it seems like it was yesterday. Shit. And also we had the rise, the final culmination of seeing Roman Reigns win the Universal title, and then got to watch him give up the title for a fucked up reason. Fuck cancer and fuck leukemia and fuck all that shit. But yeah, and had to watch him give up the title. And so Lord knows when we're going to see Joe again in the ring, but hopefully it'll be sooner than later.
Yeah, man. Hopefully he can beat this shit, man. Beat that shit down.
So
maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll learn some more movesets, fighting this shit, and then he'll come back.
It'll be all good. A little meaner.
It'll be all good. Hey, I don't care if you got cancer or not. Your moveset sucks, bro. So work on that shit while you working on that kicking cancer ass. Kick cancer ass, and then come back and show me how to kick somebody's ass with more than John Cena 5 moveset. All right.
All right, man. So if you had to scout this entire year and say that you had a favorite moment, what would it be?
Favorite moment?
Yeah.
Favorite moment out of wrestling? Does it? What's your favorite moment, man?
My favorite moment, I'll have to say, I and you can do this as well. I'll say there were two favorite moments. Okay. The first being the entire AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe feud, minus the ending.
Okay.
That feud was one of my favorite, just like, you can call it my favorite feud of the year, but I say moment. Like, because it seems like now, as quickly as this year went by, it felt like a fleeting moment. I'll say, but that whole feud is just one of my favorite all time. Not just because of how personal it got, but just because you got to see Joe be Joe. With somebody who knew how to be opposite Joe. You know, you have so many new faces that have worked with Joe in the past, but have never really worked with Joe the way that AJ Styles has worked with Joe. Like, they basically come through the business together. You know? And so that feud really brought out the best in both of them. And so to me, like that whole feud had like individual moments.
We've done this forever, but now we get to do it on the grandest stage of them all.
Right,
you know,
on the
like,
big stage.
It had that feeling like it was ready for it. You know what I mean? Like they've done it so much that it's time for this. Other than the way it ended and that one fucking segment where Joe was recorded and AJ Styles was trying to match up with him. It's like, no, Joe, don't do it, bro. Don't do it. Joe's over there talking and shit. Like, shut the fuck up, AJ. Let him talk. Let him talk. Then you say something, then let him talk some more. You should have watched this 3 motherfucking times before you went out there so you know exactly what the fuck he's going to say.
But the time was on it, yeah.
But other than that, which was a WWE thing and not a Samoa Joe, AJ Styles thing, even though AJ could have done better. Yeah, I like that for a pick. That's a really good pick.
And then my second moment would come in the main event of TLC, like late this year. And that's part of it is because yes, it's freshest in my memory. But that triple threat match between Asuka, Charlotte Flair, like we talked about earlier when we were talking about the Women's Revolution, that match is easily a match of the year candidate and easily one of the best moments of this year altogether for the women's division. Like, no offense to Ronda Rousey, it was more, like you said, minus the finish, it was more the epitome of what those women are capable of than almost anything else that's happened this year.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you, and I'm gonna raise you, and I'm gonna do you even one better.
All right.
One of my moments is the Evolution pay-per-view.
Okay.
For the women, for all the same reasons you just gave, and then some, motherfucker. But no, because you got past, present, and future out of this pay-per-view of the women's division, and you got pretty much a broad spec of everything you can, expect out of these women. They will give their all. So that pay-per-view, Evolution, it was great. It was awesome. And my second moment of the year, has to be me and you going to G1, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was definitely a great moment this year. Like checking out that New Japan, like the way they do things, definitely crowd interaction was off the charts, and the wrestlers, I don't know, they just seem to have a lot more personality than even some of the WWE shows that you go to.
Yeah. It was good. That was my moment. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm hoping that 2019 brings more than two top moments.
For sure. Hopefully it'll bring us some more. Maybe hit a pay-per-view or two. But all right, man. Now let's get to this. Drum roll, please. Huge announcement from the FU Wrestling Podcast for 2019, and said announcement is: this will be the last episode of the FU Wrestling Podcast.
Why no? Fuck you. Wrestling Podcast.
We will be changing, and instead of changing and making a different, or going in a different direction, we're going to kind of take a step backwards and get back to our roots and get back to being Raw, making an impact,
and unleashing ourselves upon the world.
Oh yeah. So starting back on January 4th, 2019, the Raw Impact Unleashed will be making its return to the main stage here. We'll be putting the FU Wrestling Podcast to bed. It'll be the same host. We'll be bringing back the same, a different show though. We'll be adding a little bit more to it. We'll be bringing back some more segments. Some of the segments we've been trying out over the past month were segments that we were looking at for the new version of Raw Impact, and they're going to show up on a regular basis, weekly, monthly, etc. And we'll of course keep doing our pay-per-view predictions, as well as start taking a look at some of the stuff on the WWE Network, start doing some reviews of older pay-per-views, etc.
Oh yeah. Keep boring the people with shit we're going to talk about. I want to talk about right now a new show on the network since you mentioned it. Botch, bro. Motherfucking goddammit, what's the name of it? Luke Anderson, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, they're doing the Botch Club or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And that shit is hilarious.
Is it now? All right.
Yeah, it's let me see. Most hilarious bloopers and blunders. Fucking Botch Club investigates Titus O'Neil's slide
Of course.
at the Greatest World Rumble or whatever the fuck it was called. He said he did it on purpose and he was looking for Hornswoggle.
Okay.
And during the show they cut in, right, and he's like they show him run down the ramp and they show him slide in there, and then they do a cut scene and it's Gallows, Anderson, and Apollo Crews. For some reason, all huddled up, laying together with their shirts off.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It was fucked up because when I seen them, I was like, "Why they got their shirts off?" Right now? And Titus O'Neil's like, "Yo, what the fuck y'all doing under here? Where's Hornswoggle?" And they're like, "I don't know. We ain't seen him. Y'all ain't seen him. All right, I gotta get in here and run this rumble." And he gets in the rumble. Like they cut it during the show. It was great. That's just one part of this show. It's like a 24-minute show, 20-minute show, some shit like that. This shit is hilarious. They show you all kinds of botches. Stone Cold botch. Everybody. Nobody is fucking
safe.
Safe. Yeah. John Cena. It don't matter. If you have a botch, you gonna get on this show. And yeah, instead of the Bullet Club or Balor Club, it's the Botch Club now. So.
Man. Well, right on.
They finally done it. I was wondering when, they was going to steal Botchamania's thing.
Yeah.
That's what Botchamania does, except they do it weekly. They catch something in every show and then put a show together weekly. But this shows old school botches and new school botches and everything. So this shit's hilarious. Everybody got to check that shit out.
For sure. By Cole approved. But all right, man, you got any shout outs for this week? Before we wrap this final episode up?
No, not really. I mean, I probably do have a couple, like, if I really search for it. But just everybody, if y'all wrestling fans, fucking type in local wrestling shows in your Google, fucking Chrome, or whatever motherfucking search engine you get, your Yahoo, and fucking go to that show, man. It's $10, $15, $20, motherfucking Saturday, Sunday. There's got to be a show somewhere around you. So go enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Go be a ring rat.
Yes, sir. And we're going to get back to the shout out to the indies next week. It's back as well as back to our Raw Impact Unleashed moment of the week. And plenty of great stuff to talk to you about. We'll also be joined by a friend of the show, John. He'll be joining us again next week. So we'll probably be doing
Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
So we'll probably be doing the fantasy booking for the return of CM Punk. So look forward to that.
Weed, you smoke the weed.
But until then, y'all have a happy new year. We'll see y'all next year with a new show, new face, and new place. No, actually not a new place. Same old place, same old night. Just to do
and same ugly ass face.
Yes, sir. But we
are. My mama said I'm handsome.
She's supposed to say that. Anyway,
got a face for radio.
Yes, I do. But anyway, that's it for us, y'all, for this year. We'll see y'all in 2019. Stay tuned. Double K's Classroom just dropped. I pre-recorded it earlier today. It's about the NBA season so far. So check that out. And then at 9 o'clock, Blues Rock and Cole will be back with a mix.
The mix. Yeah, the mix, man. It's a mix. It got everybody from motherfucking Ray Charles to Pharrell to motherfucking Aretha Franklin to motherfucking John Clary. All kind of motherfuckers, man. All kind of motherfuckers. Guns N' Roses, what you say? Welcome to the jungle.
All right, well, we'll be out. I'm pretty sure I'll be listening in. You be sure to too. That's it for us, and that's it for the FU Wrestling Podcast. Let's kiss it goodbye, y'all.
Should we do the bells for the? The bells are too.
You know what I will do? A big round of applause for the past year of being the FU Wrestling Podcast. And,
we did it, bro.
Yeah,
we did it, bro.
Yep.
Fucking unbelievable wrestling podcast is over.
But now it's time for
unbelievable wrestling podcast. Can you believe the most fucking unbelievable wrestling podcast is over?
And we'll be back next week as the Raw Impact Unleashed. Till then, y'all, Any last words,
wrong.
Cole?
Make an impact and unleash yourself. Y'all take it easy.